Yeah, so we back. That's it, man. I hate this Madden connection because like I said, for some reason I only think it happens with this the way this connection stuff be. It only happens with Madden or EA or whatever. I'm gonna say Madden. I don't know what it is, but like I say, man, people be online playing all different type of games. I'm talking about people that's in these leagues, and I don't hear nobody talk about being disconnected, playing Call of Duty, 2K, or whatever it is that you playing, But for whatever reason, man, this Madden thing be having the ill disconnection thing happening. I don't know what that's about, but they gotta fix that, man, because that's I hate the way that just happens like that out of nowhere, and I'm hardwired at that, so that should not be happening, And I don't even have no explanation of why that could be happening, but it's unfortunate that that happens, and it happens in the worst times, man. It could be 20 seconds left in the game, whether the game close, whether the game blowout. That sucks for that to happen, you know. So they gotta tighten this up, man. Straight up. I'm hoping this don't happen on the 5. But I don't know what be going on with this internet access on the 4, man. But in any case, let's move right along. AFC West. We got the Chiefs at 5-2. This is the first time the Chiefs has ever been in first in this division since the first season. They've never been in first. They've competed. They missed the playoff last season, but they in first. And so surprisingly, the Chargers are 3-3. The Chargers are in last. So this whole division is looking different than what it's ever had. But with that being said, I'm gonna also go out and tell you that this division is gonna this division won't finish like this. Who finishes in first? I couldn't tell you that, but the way it is right now, it's going to be a lot of musical chairs being played throughout the season, and I'm happy to see this. The whole division is 500 over 500. That's great to see. That's what you call a division that's competing. The Chiefs right now, he's sitting in a comfortable place, but he still got a lot of work to do. No time for celebrating. He gotta continue to play the good ball he's been playing the first half over to the second half. Broncos 4-2-1. They're the Super Bowl champs. They'll be there. They'll be there when it's over. And listen, the Broncos at this point, we already know we expect them to. If they don't win the division, we still expect them to make the playoffs. So Broncos will be there. Raiders on unforeign territory. They've never been over 500, especially at this time of the year in these seasons. So I'm very happy to see that. Keep balling, Raiders. You're doing your thing right now in a tough division. And Chargers are 3-1, which is very surprising. But it's still a lot of football left. So like I said, I expect the division to be moving around like musical chairs, but just seeing this format right now is something I would have never expected to see. It's always been Broncos and Chargers 1 and 2. Chiefs may have been tied or like one game out, but Chiefs never been in first or in second this time of the season. But he's been playing good ball. This whole division is playing good ball. Even though the Chargers in last at 3-1, they're not playing terrible ball. You know what I mean? They're at 500. So this is a tough division right now, and I'm real curious to see how the Raiders and Chiefs specifically finish out the second half. I've seen what the Broncos and Chargers do. I want to see what the Raiders and Chiefs do moving forward in the second half of the season. Because right now the Chiefs, they're right now for the Chiefs, they're in a place they haven't been in. So we gotta see how they handle that. And the Raiders definitely haven't been in this position, so it's that feeling of right now. The Raiders got that same feeling of when your parents start letting you go to the store by yourself. You don't need, it's like, all right, you go in the store by yourself now. How do you handle it? Do you detour and start playing games and come back later on when you said you know what I'm saying? Like, so, is how do Raiders handle this right now? They're out there, they're on their own. They're 4-3. They're in a good position. They're one game out of first. How do they handle this? We're gonna find out second half of the season. NFC North, we got the Packers at 6-2, who is DK. The Bears 3-4, not cutting it. Vikings 2-6, definitely not cutting it, and the Lions are 0-8. I'm surprised at the Bears, and more so the Vikings. Though I expected bigger things from them. I expected way bigger things from the Vikings, man. They're 2-6. They pretty much gotta turn it around. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They gotta string together some wins. I think if they lose one more game, I think their season gonna be done. 7 losses already in just week 9, week 10 or whatever. That's not gonna get it done, and they gotta get on serious win streak. Packers like they're gonna cruise in this division at the moment. The Bears, they're not, even though they're 3-4, they're not out of it. They're right there, but they got to put together some wins too. They're on a 2-game losing streak. Packers on a 3-game winning streak. This whole division is going the opposite direction. So, Bears got to figure something out. Bears was playing good ball in the first season, and then after that, they kind of been sliding away. I don't know if they lost valuable pieces, but I'm gonna tell you something, Bears, and it's food for thought. In the first season, you took over this team. You was playing with certain guys, right? You've been making trades. You've been trading them guys for rookies, and look what happened after the first season. You haven't been having much success in Chicago. Translation: rookies ain't all that. Note that. It's always good to have vets on your team, even if they're not vets, just guys that's not a rookie, guys that that's ready now to compete. You can't always look to just go young and think that's going to do something, because you went young the past 2 seasons and it's not paying off. So this is the key. Like I say, when we having these franchises, you gotta build your team, and you gotta be able to tell the forest from the trees. You did all these trades for young guys, for young rookies, and it's not paying off. So you might want to kind of not get caught up into that as much as you have, because I'm telling you, you've played better ball in the first season with Chicago, just taking over this team. Yeah, you made some trades, but you still had some guys on there. After that, you pretty much just cleaned house, and you got all rookies, pretty much all 1-year guys or whatever. That ain't cutting it, bro. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up in just having young guys. These young guys ain't panning out for you. And you done had like 4 or 5 first and second round picks. Between first and second round, you done had like 4 picks, and they ain't paying off, So that's just food for thought. Biz, I'm not trying to tell you how to build your team. I'm just breaking it down because I'm just telling you what I've noticed, and you took a step back. And the Packers is the current NFC champ right now, and they looking like they're definitely trying to put a stamp on this division sooner than later. Next up, NFC South, we got the Saints at 6-1. We got Bucks at 6-2. Happy to see the Bucks there, man. Bucks always normally been like towards the bottom of the division, but happy to see him there. We got Panthers 4-3. That's Dre. Bucks is Ib Hove, and Falcons is Young Train. And the Falcons once again struggling, not getting it done. And I've said that I picked Atlanta to bounce back this season. Just ain't happening. But the rest of this division is competing, at a high level right now. Panthers 4-3. They're 3 games. Well, they're 2 games out of first. They're on a 2-game win streak. Saints on a 3-game win streak. Bucks just took a loss to me, actually, this week. We played yesterday. Browns ended up getting a big time win over the Bucks. That gave him his 2nd loss of the season. And that game meant more for the Browns than the Bucks. I mean, granted, he was tied for first with the Saints, but that game meant more to the Browns. We had to do something, like, Ravens is on top of their game. We can't afford to keep, you know. But like I say, man, we playing against teams. Me myself, I got a habit of playing against teams, the record instead of the opponent, and you take tough losses behind that. But we bounced back in a major way this game, which is a great win for us. But this division right here, is looking like something. You know what I mean? Definitely looking like something. I'm gonna say Trade Dog is still a favorite to win this division, but Bucks is right there on him, and Dre just gotta play. He gotta play smart ball. He can't play desperate ball. You're not desperate. You're only 2 games out of first. No need for you to jump out there and everything got to be a home run. And sometimes it's okay to get a single or a double. Just gotta play smart ball. Settle down. You got a lot of games left to play. And just put yourself in a position to be able to compete in this division later on in the season. That's all. But Saints in first right now, they're rolling. I think the only loss came to the Bucks, if I'm not mistaken. No, not the Bucks. Who did the Saints lose to? I can't even think of it. But they got 1 loss, so they're doing all right over there. They're doing all right over there in NO. NFC East, Washington football team, only undefeated team in the league. He's been balling, but he's on a 7-game win streak. He's been balling, but with all that winning, you would think he'll have a way bigger lead than he does. He only got a 1-game lead over the Cowboys on P.E. Earl, and that's because P.E. Earl has been coming out and he's been hot like fish grease as well. So he's 6-1. Washington don't have a chance to even take a break, take their foot off the gas. This is a 2-man race. Giants, Big Rico's 4-4. The Eagles, Norm 2-5. I think these two is out of the race for this division. They're gonna have to focus on the wild card. Giants at 4-4. They're in a good position. Focus on the wild card. Remember, it's 3 wild card teams, so you just got to string together some wins, But this division, Washington and Dallas, 2-man race. Very interested to see. Washington first half of the season 7-0. And we'll see where they end up in the second half of the season. Can they continue their hot streak? Can Dallas continue their hot streak? Will somebody cool off? We'll find out, But for right now, Washington's on first, man. I mean, it's in first in that division. They've been balling out. Money Mascot, he's capable of this. You know what I mean? He's capable of this. But to be honest with you, a lot of times when you get that first loss, it just feels so much better. I don't know. For some reason, when you're undefeated and you win, the more you keep winning later getting in the season, you start feeling like, that pressure start mounting up because now it's like you're expected to win the Super Bowl. Anything less than that, just ain't gonna work it out. But when you get that first loss, it just kind of feels like you can relax now. Pressure's off. But I gotta give him his props right now. He's 7-0 right now, man. So at the end of the day, you keep your winning ways. You worry about all the other stuff later. You just win now, worry about other stuff later. And Dallas, they're sitting in a nice, pretty spot. They're only 1 game out, so they're gonna keep doing what they do. It look like it's safe to say P. Earl has finally found his groove. He's looking like the old P. Earl. And I'm curious to see, with him looking like his old self, will Washington football team hold off and continue to win this division like they have been thus far? Over in the NFC West, we got Seattle Seahawks at 7-1. That's third world. Been balling out of control so far this season. Cardinals, that's Corlals 5-3. But technically, Corlal shouldn't have 3 losses. He should only have 2 losses. He got a loss that he shouldn't have had. I hate that I see that, but you know what? It happens. And like I said, it's spilled milk now. Corlal is still in a spot to win a division, but he's on a 2-game losing streak. So he ran into some type of problem with this team. But Rams and 49ers season's done. We just end up removing the 49ers user. We got new 49ers user that's taking over. Should have took over the team last night, and if not, definitely today. And the Rams is a new user, but he got a lot of work to do. You know, he's not quite ready for the league yet. But you know what? Like I say, the more reps you play, the better you get. So for the guys that's coming in, that's constantly losing, don't worry about it. Just keep playing, and the more reps you have, the better you'll get. You know, it's going to take time. You know, it's going to take time, but don't worry about it. Guys that's been playing get cracked. You know, so it happens. But yeah, this is a two-man race. Third World and Cardinals. They gotta play each other. I don't know if they even played each other yet. I think they still gotta play each other twice. So this will be interesting to see. If the Seahawks sweep the Cardinals, that'll be the goal. Division wrapped up. If he can sweep the Cardinals, the division will be wrapped up. If he split with the Cardinals, he's still in a good position, but you know, I don't know what's left on the Seahawks schedule. So right now, though, he controls his own destiny, and that's what's more important than anything. He controls his own destiny, and matter of fact, let's take a look at the wild card stuff. Yeah, he controls his own destiny. So we're gonna see if Seahawks can continue. They're hot. They're hot right now. They're hot like fish grease as well. So they have been coming out and they've been showing out. So right now we got the Jets. We got the Jets, right? These are all the division teams. So these are the first four wild card, first four seeds. You got the Jets, you got the Ravens, you got the Chiefs, and you got the Texans, right? Those are your division leaders right now, and these are the wild cards. You got Broncos, the first wild card, Bengals, second wild card, and the Bills are the third wild card. So it's you know, it's a lot of teams right now in the wild card race, you know, and look, 3, 4, even teams who got 5 losses is not out of it. So it's going to be a long race, but I was just giving you a rundown real quick to show you what was going on. Same over here. Washington number 1 seed, Seahawks number 2, Saints number 3. What's the other division I'm missing? You got East, West, South, the North. Where's the North? Packers, number 4 seed. Here go your wild cards. You got Cowboys, Bucks, and Cards. Those are your 3 wild card teams right now. Also, you can also see the other wild card teams that's 1 game behind them, 2 games behind them. So both conferences right now, there's a lot of games left to play, and these wild card can go any which way. But that's the way they've been going right now at the moment, man. And I gotta tell you, the Super Bowl contenders, you know, the Super Bowl contenders, I can see the Jets. I can see the Jets making it. They ain't number 1 seed right now, so I can see them getting there. You know what I mean? They gotta rock out, continue to play the way they've been playing, but I can see them getting there. They definitely can get there. So Ravens, Chiefs, Broncos, Bengals, all these teams represent, but all these teams not some of these wild cards that's showing right now. But yeah, man, those are your Washington football team money. I could definitely see money. I could definitely see money getting up there. You know, Third World came close last season. I think he went to the NFC chip or divisional round. Either or. It's some good teams. It's some good teams up here, man. So this is gonna be very interesting to see. Like, these races are real close, and that's all you can ask for at this point in time. Top offensive teams: Seahawks, Washington, Giants, Ravens. Wow, the Giants top offensive team. Okay, Big Rico, third in the league in offense. So that means his defense is killing him right now because the offense is being productive for him. Ravens, Packers, and Saints. These are your top offensive teams. Top defensive teams. You got Chargers, Saints. Chargers, number one team in defense. Saints, number 2. Jets, number 3. Browns, number 4. Chiefs, number 5. Cowboys, number 6. Okay, real interesting. They don't have no. They got the race, right? Yeah. Right now, the MVP race is Willie Beeman from the Washington football team. DK Metcalf, that boy been balling over there. Receiver. It's not too often you see a receiver up there for MVP. So that lets you know he putting together a nice little heck of a run over there. And then Russ Wilson. So Seahawks got 2 guys in the top 7 in the MVP race. Lamar Jackson, number 4. Saquon, number 5. Jacoby Brissett, number 6 from the Raiders. Wow. Purdy, quarterback from the Saints, number 7. Jonathan Taylor from the Bears, number 8. Drew Lock, number 9 from the Broncos. And number 10, Mitch Trubisky from the New York Jets. That's your MVP. Race for the league at the moment. And that's all they're showing right now. Coach of the year, Washington. Yeah, that definitely would have figured that. Followed by Seattle. Jets. Yeah, so Bengals is 5-4. I'm guessing he's up there because the expectations of this Bengals team. So at 5-4, they got the Bengals at number 7 for Coach of the Year. They got him better than the Cards, Ravens, and Packers, which means that they ain't expect nothing from the Bengals. So that's a good place to be. Cleveland. But Bills got to turn it together offense, man. We are towards the bottom of the offense, man. That's not like us at all. We got to get it together. Man. Today is Advanced Day. Also, today is Advanced Day. Wait, before I ever get into that, let me get into I ain't even getting into the biggest disappointment and things like that. So, this is what I have for the biggest disappointment so far. Well, we can start with the biggest surprise. The biggest surprise team of the AFC is I'm gonna go Chiefs. And not to say I'm surprised that they're 5-2, but they're in first place in that division. Chiefs never been 5-2. I mean, Chiefs never been in first in that division. You know, it's always been Chargers and Broncos on top. So I gotta go Chiefs, the biggest surprise, man. I expect them to always compete because that's just a competitor that really is. But you know, to see them sitting in first right now, I didn't see that one coming. But he's there, and it looked like he's not there by accident neither. So that's my biggest surprise so far. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see them being in first. And I'm gonna say the most consistent team in the AFC has been the Jets. They're 6-1. They've been doing what they do. They've been just whoever line up, they just been knocking them down. I mean, they got one loss, yeah, but still in all, they've been the most consistent team so far in the first half of the season. The biggest disappointment team in the AFC right now is, let me see, I'm gonna say Miami. Miami's 1-6. This is the biggest disappointment. They had way too many expectations for this team, as he should. And to be 1-6 right now is like y'all just everything that y'all built seems to just crumble now. The first season, you got off to a great start and you missed the playoffs. And the second season, I don't even know if you made the playoff the second season, but still in all, you didn't have no season like this. Like, Rocket is not this type of player. Rocket is better than this. 1-6. This is just not what he had for his upcoming season. And to be sitting at 1-6, you are now like you're competing for a draft pick, a top draft pick more than a season. And that's unfortunate news. I said last season when you made that trade and you got rid of your quarterback and brought in Cam and brought in Juju, I didn't like the trade. And I stood on that, and I never got off that stance. So Miami got big time problems over there. Titans got big time problems. So you got to figure it out. You got to figure out what's the best direction to go, and you gotta you might have to make a trade for the future. Not even so much for right now. You might have to make a trade for the future before the deadline pass. So that's my biggest disappointment, man. The Miami Dolphins, like 1-6. That's just like what happened over there in Miami, Florida. Most consistent over here has been Washington, 7-0, haven't lost a game. They've been most dominating team as well. Number one team in the league right now, and they just been handling their business, man. Nothing too much to say about them. They've been on top of their game. They definitely like a Super Bowl contender, that's for sure. The pretender. Let's see who's a pretender. Meaning they got a great record, but just don't see them getting to the bowl. You know what? I can't even lie. I can see all these teams right here, 1-7, getting to the bowl. Washington, I can see him getting there. Third world, I can see him getting there. Contender. Saints, contender. Cowboys, contender. Now the Bucks. I was gonna say pretender for the Bucks, but I gotta be honest, man. He has the personnel to get there. And that's where it starts. He got the personnel to get there, and he's 6-2. So he only got 2 losses. He definitely can get to that conference chip, and if you get there, anything can happen. So I'ma say contender. Packers. He's the reigning NFC champion. Contender. So I was just going through teams 1-7, man, that have 1 or 2 losses, and all them teams right now is looking like contenders, which is kind of odd. Now, biggest disappointment. I'm gonna go Bears. That 3-4. Bears the biggest disappointment for me. I expected bigger things out of them because I've been talking about how his game improved and everything, and it has. I'm not gonna act like it didn't. His game definitely improved, which is also why he's getting the biggest disappointment so far, because I had a bigger expectation for the Bears. And right now, it just ain't working out over there in Chi-Town, man. They're 3-4. They're giving up a ton of points. I'm looking at all the points they've given up, and I just expected more from the Bears, and they just haven't gave me more. So they're the biggest disappointment so far in the first half of the season. In the AFC, let's see what we got over here as the pretenders. You know, I gotta say, what's funny is that the Chiefs got the award for biggest surprise, but I also got to get the Chiefs for a pretender. The Chiefs is a pretender. I don't see the Chiefs getting to the Super Bowl, and one reason why is that Broncos team, that Broncos user, he cannot do nothing with him. And in order to get to that Super Bowl, trust you me, he's gonna have to see the Broncos, and the Broncos got a serious win streak on him. And so I don't see the Chiefs getting there, man. The Chiefs gonna have that roadblock there in front of them. So I say the Chiefs is a pretender, Broncos is a contender, and that's all I got right now. I mean, all the other teams got 4-3 losses. I'm just dealing with the teams right now, the top teams, and those are your 4 top teams: Jets, Ravens, Chiefs, and Broncos. Jets contender, Ravens contender, Chiefs pretender, Broncos contender. So yeah, that was the pretenders, the contenders, the surprise, the disappointment. Those are your teams so far, man, in the first half of the season. Let's get into predictions for week 9. The league advances today. A lot of games got to get played. Man, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If no game scheduled, we're keeping it moving. First up, E-Ball and Black Star. E-Ball told me it looked like he get the force win. Black Star, I guess he haven't heard from Black Star, so I'm gonna go ahead and set that now. 49ers and Panthers, I'm gonna set that for him now. Unless they play, then I'll take it off. 49ers just took over that team yesterday. Chiefs and Bills, they're gonna play today. Give me the Chiefs. Chiefs in first place over there. They've been playing great ball first half of the season. Give me Chiefs. 24-14 over the Bills. 24-14 Chiefs over the Bills. Next, we done had Ravens and Bengals, and Ravens complete the sweep of the Bengals. They won 28-14. Styles make fights, and right now it's looking like Baltimore Styles a little too much for Cincinnati to handle. And that's a big time win for B-More. That gave them a 2-game cushion over them in that division. Baltimore they've been rolling. Next week, well, this game was played. The game cut off on them in the end. Like I tell you, this Madden thing been tripping out, man. It's been cutting out at the wrong time, and this is just another prime example of it cut out in the end. And that type of things is bad, man. They gotta fix that up like immediately. All these patches coming out, they need to figure out why is that this game disconnects when you playing Madden online. Like other games don't do that. But Cowboys got the win, I believe, in blowout fashion as well. Next, we got Major against Jags. And listen, if the Jags could win this game, he could save his season. He got 5 losses, I believe. Maybe even 6, but I think 5 or 6. But either way, the Texans got 3 losses. If he could win this game, this will save his season. I'm going with Major though. But I'm real curious to see how the Jags can respond right now. This is a must-win for them. But I'm going with the Texans. 27-18 over the Jags. Next, we got Bears. Don't know what's going on with that game, but if they play, I actually seen the Lions play one game. He actually looked all right. You know, he looked all right out there. But I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. Bears, they're in a must-win also. So if they play, I'm gonna go Bears 27-17 over the Lions. Next, we got Carnage, Broncos against Raiders, Marzelli. Big time game for the Raiders. Raiders 4-3, 1 game out of first. But for whatever reason, the Raiders do not match up well against this Denver team. Every time they play, it's blowout after blowout. But the Raiders are having a better season. That's for sure. They're having a better season. But I'm going to go with what I've been seeing, and I'm going to go Denver. But I won't go Denver blowout on this one. I'll go Denver close. Just because the Raiders They earned it so far this season. They one game out of first. Give me Denver though. 34 to no. Give me 34-29. Broncos over the Raiders. 34-29. Broncos over the Raiders. Next we got Saints and Falcons. Junk train against trade-off. Falcons season is starting to fall apart right beneath their eyes. Give me the Saints this week at home. 31-16. Next we got Steelers and Chargers. Steelers 2-5. They got a fair sim last week. Steelers mathematically is not out this race. They need this game though, but Chargers need this game as well. This is another one of them games where both teams need to win badly. Give me Chargers though. Give me the Chargers this week at home over the Steelers. 20-13. 2010 Chargers over the Steelers. Next we have Browns against Bucks. Browns were on the road. Went out, took care of business against the Bucks. Big win for the Browns. Next we got Jets and Dolphins. Dolphins season is over. They got 6 losses. Jets been riding high. Give me Jets this week in a blowout on the road over Miami. 33-17 Jets over Miami. Next we got Washington Money Mascot going against now becoming Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles haven't been too much of a threat this season. Washington's been hot like fish grease. They're 7-0. Give me Washington this week. I'll take Washington 36 to 36-14. 36-14 Washington over the Eagles. That's your week 9 predictions. I probably should go ahead and just get into week 10. But I'll wait though. I'll do week 10 later on. But yeah, that's your predictions for week 9, man. So that's the mid-season report. That's the week 9 predictions. For those that didn't get a chance to check it out. I'll go out later, let it be known that it was done. And we in week 9, y'all. Week 10 kick off today. So I'll see y'all at next advance. I'm Ghost.